For sprawling 4-season warmth and comfort, the Exped SynMat 9 is a great option for your next cold weather backpacking adventure. This is an oversized mat, so you do get about 25.6 inches of width. It's about 77.6 inches long, and when it's inflated, it's 3.5 inches thick, so you get a really big clearance from the ground. If you're a side sleeper, this would be a great option, so your shoulder and your hip aren't digging into the ground. There's a lot of technologies here that make this a premium mat, from the materials in the fabrics to the insulation to the valve and the glues that are used for this mat. First thing I want to talk about is the insulation. You do get synthetic insulation, as the name suggests, and this is microfiber insulation. It's laminated to the top and to the bottom of each chamber, so as you inflate this mat, it expands that insulation so you get the proper amount of loft that you need. So that insulation isn't going to break down over time. Every time you inflate it, it's going to loft up again. So it's going to give you an R value of 6.0, which is really high. This is going to take you through most weather and most temperatures through 4 seasons. If you do need an ultimate sleeping mat for any condition, you can certainly pair something underneath of it. We've got a multi-mat underneath of it here, but that 6.0 R value is extremely warm and extremely comfortable for how lightweight and how packable this is. It's about 40.6 ounces when it's all said and done, so you can certainly pack it down, put it in your backpack. It's a great camping option as well if you're just doing 4-season camping with all of that plush comfort. The material here on the top is a pretty silent material. It's got some texturing to it, so when your sleeping bag is on top of it, it's not going to move around a lot and slide around. So that's a great feature there, that texture on the top. And it is like a laminated polyester fabric. So the laminations here are really durable. Every seam and the laminations in the actual chambers are very durable. They're going to last a long time. And overall, it's pretty easy to inflate. So you do have an included pump down here on the side. I'm going to flip the mat over to show that pump. So you do kind of flip the mat over in order to inflate it. This is perfect for those really cold trips when you're at high elevations. If you're moving, hiking, backpacking all day, the last thing you want to do is get to camp and have to inflate an entire sleeping mat with your breath and with your mouth. You can get really lightheaded that way. So there is an included pump here. There's foam just in this small chamber right here, and there's 2 valves. There's an inflation valve here, and then there's a deflation valve over there. So when you're ready to pack it up, all you have to do is pull that purge valve, and the air escapes really quickly through that. So you want to close that valve before you start inflating this one. With your hand, you close off this part right here, and then you just use both of your hands to inflate the mat. So each time you push down on it, it takes all of that air from that foam, puts it into the pad, and then the foam inflates itself again. So you just use short pushes to push the air in, and then once you're ready and your whole mat is inflated like it is here, you'll notice that this part of the foam is a little bit deflated. If you push on that and just make that valve closed, there's a little valve that's behind the scenes here. You can't see it, but you can feel it in there. So that valve pushes the air in. It's a one-way valve, so it's not going to let air out. But all you have to do is push on that a little bit. It's going to allow some of the air in here to go back into this little pump area, so then you have a full baffle here. But overall, it's really easy to inflate. It certainly beats inflating it by mouth and introducing that moisture from your breath into the sleeping pad. All of the glues that are used for the sleeping pad are very moisture resistant, so it certainly is going to last a really long time. As I said, all the seams are sealed really well. You've got premium materials here, so this pad is going to last a really long time. And with that inflation pump and with all the features here, you're getting a plush, oversized pad that you can take into the backcountry and use on your next cold weather adventure. It's the Exped SynMat 9.